here's the worst thing that ever happened. Worst thing that ever happened off a cold approach. I got a date, and I showed up for the date, and the person that opened the door was the person I had to date with the next day. And so doing the one successful approach made the other successful approach, like it muted it out. Actually, it's funny because both girls actually went out with me, but both dates were like super weird. But yeah, so I went on the date with like my Sunday girl, like my Saturday girl, and the Sunday girl answered the door, and I was super confused. I'm like, I thought our date was tomorrow. She's like, it is. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, my roommate's in the shower, right? Yeah. I guess that's the worst thing, right? Because in that case, technically it's the worst because getting the one date ruined the other date. So it was a negative impact. I did have a guy try and follow me home from the club to try and beat me up because I basically picked up his girlfriend right in front of him, and then he was getting angry, and I told her to tell him I was gay, and then like she did, even though she knew damn well I wasn't. And then he basically started flipping out, and she broke up with him on the spot. And so he was so pissed off, like when we were leaving the club, he tried to follow us home. It was dumb though, because he was one guy following like 6 guys home, threatening to beat me up. I'm like, there's one of you, there's 6 of us. What are you, stupid? And then we basically, as we were walking home, and he was like, yelling threats, we just went to a police officer, hey, I think this guy's drunk, he's been threatening us. Can you please, like, you don't have to like arrest him or anything, but just like, we're gonna walk. It would be nice if you could just detain him so he can stop following us. Can you just hold him up a little bit so that no altercation happens? And then we just walked home. There was, when I was in college, there was this Irish pub type of place that I went to, but it was like a college bar. And so I went, and I was dressed, I was dressed peacocky. Like, so I was dressed in like a feather boa and like, like platformy gothy shoes and all that shit. Like, I think sometimes I had like a striped cowboy hat and whatever. So I was dressed very flamboyantly, and I went and did approaches at this one bar. And I went, multiple weeks in a row, and I never ordered a drink. And I'm very obviously there, right? So it's clear, like, it's not like I'm fading into the crowd not ordering a drink. I'm hitting on the girls, not ordering a drink ever. And like the bartender at the fucking old Irish bar is like, who the fuck is this guy, and hates me. And so just randomly, I'm at the bar. I'm doing very well. I have a girl sitting on my lap. She's like liking me. I'm very like, oh, this is like one of the best sets I've ever done. And the guy just comes up and like grabs me by the shoulder and says, you're out of here. And like grabs me and yanks me out, and then he like just made up some shit. It's like, yeah, so this other girl was like saying you were like, like you like grabbed her ass or something. Like, the fuck, that never happened. I'm like, where's this girl? What the fuck? It doesn't matter. You're out of here, because he just fucking hated me. Like, it was like so fucked. Like, he didn't like that I was there. He didn't think he's like, this is an Irish bar, not a fucking like whatever the fuck you're dressed as bar. I don't like you hitting on the girls. This is like weird for my reality. Get the fuck out of my bar. And he just like kicked me out because he like hated me. That's the only time I've ever been. That's not the only time I've ever been. That's one of the very few times I've been kicked out of a venue. That's the only time I've ever been kicked out of a venue that didn't have to do with me taking care of a student. I've gotten kicked out of venues because of things I did on behalf of students, but that's the only time I've ever been kicked out of a venue because of my own actions. I had a girl throw a shoe at me once. Yeah, but that was because of a student. So like a student went and it's like this like really shy, like terrified student went up and did an approach, and this girl was like super bitchy to him. And so I just went up and I was like she was like giving him like a bunch of shit that there's no way this guy had possibly deserved. So I just went up and got in between them and went and just like, hey, what the fuck, stop like giving my friend shit, whatever. And so then she got really super angry at me, and so then I was just being kind of sarcastic and like not giving a fuck back. And so then she's like, you need to leave. I'm like, no, technically I don't. I can stand right here, thank you, right? And so then she got so angry, she took off her high heel and like tried to throw it at me, like from like very close. I ducked out of the way, and her high heel went like like into the crowd, like dangerously below, because it's like a high heel's sharp, right? And I just looked at her, I'm like, what the fuck did you just do? And then some people came over and like got created like, we're gonna like get her thrown out of the place. And then so she reported the bouncer, this guy did whatever to me. And so the bouncer said, you're I'm kicking you out of here. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, that girl just like literally threw that. She's clearly drunk as fuck. She's like, she threw it, like asked them, she threw a crowd. He's like, yeah, I know, but like she said a bad thing about you. I just don't want to risk it. It's too much drama. You have to go too. Anytime that I've ever had a consequence, it's because I pushed it past a certain point. So here's one, like this one happened with me and my girlfriend. We're trying for a threesome. So we're trying for we're at a club in Vegas, and the girl that we wanted because we thought she was hot and she was kind of giving eye contact. She was at a bottle service table, and I couldn't go into the bottle service table because they would kick me out. But my girlfriend could go into the bottle service table because she's a girl. So she went into the bottle service table and started talking to the girl, and then brought the girl like out. But then we're at the outskirts of the table talking, girls into me. But then the guy at the table gets pissed off, and he starts like, you know, throwing a tantrum and trying to get security on us and shit like that. Yeah, I eventually got this close to getting in a fight. But at any point, if I wanted to leave, I could have. I pushed it. Like I was instigating. I was not innocent in this situation. I knew exactly what I was fucking doing. Like I was like wading into his territory that he paid thousands of dollars from and stealing his girl. So like, I kind of deserved it. You know what I mean? So I mean, but yeah, I got in, close to a fight from that. You'll find if girls ask who you're here with or where your friends are, you can be like, yeah, it's just me tonight. And it's fine. And some girls will think it's a little weird, but a lot of girls will be like, wow, I admire that. Like I could never do that. That's very brave. Or be like, yeah, my friend had to leave early. He had to work in the morning. Or, you know, honestly, like it was this or do fucking work. And I was like, fuck that. I want to have fun tonight. Yeah. Right. There's all kinds of good reasons that are totally high value. Okay. Yeah. But just be unapologetic, and whatever you're doing is cool.